7 things to let go of after 70 and why it's the key to freedom. What holds you back after 70 isn't always what you expect. It's rarely about age or ability, it's about what you refuse to release. Over the years, we collect things, objects, habits, beliefs, and carry them long past their expiration date. By the time we reach our 70s, some of these aren't just unnecessary, they're heavy. They weigh on our mood, our health, our relationships, even our ability to savor the simple joy of being alive. This isn't about cleaning out your garage, though we'll touch on that too. It's about something deeper, the invisible burdens that steal your lightness. These are 7 things people cling to in their later years, often without realizing the cost. And here's the miracle: when you let them go, what's left isn't emptiness, it's freedom. These aren't just theories. Each of these 7 items is rooted in real patterns observed in older adults who either thrive or struggle as the years unfold. And while they may seem small, releasing even one can be life-changing. So if you're over 70 or getting close and you felt stuck, weary, or just not as vibrant as you once were, this might be exactly what you need. Let's explore the 7 things to throw away after 70 and why doing so could be the greatest gift you ever give yourself. Stay until the end because 7 is the one almost no one talks about, yet it brings the deepest peace when you finally release it. Number 1, the guilt of saying no. There comes a time when your energy, time, and peace become your most precious resources. By 70, protecting them shouldn't require an apology, yet so many still whisper, "I'm sorry," every time they choose rest over obligation or silence over small talk. That guilt, it's time to throw it away. This isn't about selfishness. It's about selectiveness. It's granting yourself permission, after decades of meeting others' needs, to finally honor your own. Take Carol, 74. After her husband passed, she became the yes woman: church events, family gatherings, neighborhood committees. She said yes to everyone but herself, until one day she quietly declined a weekend trip. Instead, she spent those hours painting in her kitchen, something she hadn't done in years. In that stillness, she realized saying no isn't rejecting others, it's reclaiming yourself. Here's the truth: most people understand far more than we assume. When you say no with kindness, you're not pushing them away, you're inviting them to connect with the real you. And you're teaching the next generation a vital lesson. Life after 70 isn't about obligation, it's about intention. So if you've been carrying the weight of guilt, lay it down. You've earned the right to choose, and your yeses will mean more when they're truly yours. Number 2, outdated medical supply. They lurk in drawers and cabinets: expired pills, ancient ointments, half-used prescriptions from years ago. Seemingly harmless. But here's the risk: outdated medications don't just lose potency, some become dangerous. Consider Bill, 81. He reached for what he thought was his blood pressure pill, but grabbed an old painkiller instead. One small mistake, thanks to a cluttered medicine cabinet, landed him in the ER. The solution? A ruthless purge. Check every label. If it's expired, unlabeled, or unused for over a year, let it go. Your future self and your loved ones will thank you for the clarity. Number 3, negative self-talk. Imagine a stranger standing in your living room, insulting you daily. You throw them out, so why tolerate the cruel voice inside your head? You're too old to try. You've outlived your purpose. That's not wisdom. It's a lie. Negative self-talk steals joy, isolates you, and convinces you your best days are behind you. But Edna, 78, proved it wrong. After years of believing she'd never learn, she took piano lessons with her granddaughter. Now, they play duets every Sunday. Challenge the narrative. Ask, would I say this to someone I love? Replace it with truth. I'm still growing. I'm still here. Number 4, clutter that anchors you to the past. A few cherished mementos. Keep them. But when every closet is a time capsule, you're not preserving memories, you're drowning in them. Leonard, 80, kept every tool he'd ever owned, rusty relics of a past life. Then his grandson helped him sort through them. He kept a few shared stories, and released the rest. What remained? Space for peace, for now. Start small. Ask, does this serve me today? If not, let it go. Your present deserves room to breathe. 5. The myth that new friendships are impossible. Somewhere along the way, we start believing friendship is a young person's game. That after 70, our circles can only shrink, never grow. But that belief? It's one of the heaviest burdens you can carry, and it's time to throw it away. Loneliness isn't natural aging. It's your heart insisting I still have room to connect. Take Paul, 75. After losing his wife, he barely left his house for weeks. Then he joined a watercolor class not to become an artist, but to hear human voices again. There he met Judith, another widow. They began with shared rides, then coffee, then stories. Slowly, the ache of isolation softened. This isn't about replacing old friends. It's about discovering that your capacity for connection hasn't expired. That stranger at the community center, the neighbor you've only waved to, they might be one honest conversation away from becoming your new Judith. 6. Expired goals that no longer fit. We carry unfinished dreams like overdue library books. I should have written that book. Traveled more. Started that business. But here's the liberating truth. Not every goal was meant to last a lifetime. Ruth, 79, always believed she needed to globetrot to feel fulfilled. When health and finances made it impossible, she felt like a failure until she realized what she truly craved wasn't stamps and a passport, but connection. Now, her front porch is her favorite destination, where she shares stories with friends over tea. Ask yourself, does this dream still light me up, or am I clinging to it out of habit? Release what no longer serves you. Make space for goals that fit who you are now, whether that's mentoring, creating, or simply being fully present. 7. The fear of death, the most liberating release. We tiptoe around it with euphemisms and change subjects. But this unspoken fear shadows everything until you bring it into the light. James, 83, avoided making a will for years. The topic felt like inviting death in. But when he finally sat down with his daughter to plan, something unexpected happened, relief. I thought it would make me feel closer to death, he said. Instead, I felt freer to live. This isn't about bravery. It's about realizing that making peace with mortality doesn't shorten your life, it deepens it. When you stop fearing the end, you start seeing each day as a gift to unwrap, not a resource to hoard. Final invitation, your lighter life awaits. These 7 releases aren't about loss, they're about making space for what truly matters. Where guilt once lived, choice blossoms. Where clutter gathered, clarity emerges. Where fear whispered, freedom answers. So ask yourself, which of these am I ready to lay down? Maybe it's the medicine cabinet purge that finally gives you peace of mind. Maybe it's silencing that inner critic who's overstayed their welcome. Or perhaps it's the radical act of looking death in the eye and discovering how brightly you can live when you're no longer running from it. Your turn. Comment below which of these 7 resonated most. Your story might be the nudge someone else needs to start their own journey toward lightness. And if you're ready for more insights on thriving, not just surviving, after 70, hit subscribe. Because the best chapters aren't behind you, they're waiting to be written.